Hello everybody and welcome to another video tutorial. Now for this week's tutorial I'm actually doing something quite different. I'm actually entering into a contest to build a 3D model and there's a variety of different requirements. Now the major requirement is that I actually have to use Modo in order to actually model the objects, which is unusual for me because I haven't used Modo before, so it was quite different from what I'm used to. I can honestly say I do miss Maya for one main feature, and that was the middle mouse click and drag. It allows you to move the object to the center of your screen. I'm sure there's an equivalent and I'll probably discover it eventually, but until then it took me quite a while actually to get this done, mainly because I was actually looking at video tutorials as I was actually recording this and working on this at the same time. So I was doing three things at the same time. I did learn a lot about the software. There is some things I do like about it, but unfortunately I'm getting some glitches in certain areas, so I don't know if it's the trial version that's causing it or not. All in all, it works quite well. As you can see, I'm doing the ship, so it's supposed to be a time machine. Now, the way I wanted to design this time machine is I wanted to have the ship, which is actually more mobile, and then have a ring that rotates around it and essentially creates a dimensional space from which the ship can actually move into. So, in my eyes, this machine would only work in very specific circumstances. It essentially, the outer shell has to create the pocket dimension for this to work, but once it's done, it actually folds up and compresses itself once it's done. So that's actually projected out of the machine. So in the next stages, because I did the modeling today, I will be hopefully doing the texturing next time. And that's why I spent the last bit of the video actually doing the UV maps, which allows me to properly paint this object. It is important that I obviously make sure it's done accurately. It also gives me the opportunity to add more detail if I need to some of the surface, because essentially this sphere is going to be turning. Now, depending on how it works out, I may have to use Maya to actually animate it, but we'll see. So far it doesn't seem to be an issue. There is a rigging option in Modo, so it shouldn't be an issue. It mostly depends on how long it actually takes for me to learn this. There's a couple ways I can do it. The key thing is I'm going to have to render out different layers in order to actually be able to bring this into After Effects afterwards to do the advertisement for this product. So there's still quite a bit of work to do. There's about 22 days left in the competition, so I'm hoping to be able to finish the majority in next weekend and throughout this week as well. You won't see me working on the live stream. Unfortunately, my computer that's set up for the internet cannot handle the software very well, and with Google Plus it's just pretty much a no-go. But as you can see, I'm working on the forms and shapes. I'm actually solidifying some of the lines so that it doesn't smooth equally, so that certain edges are harder in comparison to others. This gives it more of a realistic look without having to actually add more topology, which is really nice. I know that was a big concern when I was working with Maya, is you had to keep on adding quite a bit of topology and polygon counts to your objects in order to get that same look. But in Modo you don't have to do that necessarily. So it's pretty much just getting used to the interface that seems to be the most difficult part at the moment. I did learn a lot today, so it should be a lot easier next time. But the most complicated part, which is texturing, is next, and then animation as well. So those parts normally do take quite a while to do. So I do expect to spend about 7 or 8 hours on this at least. As it stands, I spent about 6 to 7 hours on this, so about the same amount of time as I would a digital painting. And I haven't yet brought it into Photoshop because I will be doing a composite after. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm just UV mapping right now. What a UV map allows you to do is essentially paint your object as a flat image, so you can actually add detail to your item. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. So thank you and take care.